Warning: MDL and its associates are not responsible for any losses or injuries that may occur as the result of the contents of this video. It is for use as a guideline only. Please exercise all safety precautions and common sense. Congratulations on the purchase of your new pre-hung MDL door system. A qualified door installer is always recommended for proper installation. As part of MDL's ongoing commitment to their product, the following video was created as a guide for the installation of your new pre-hung door. When you're ready to begin installing your new MDL pre-hung door system, you need to gather up the tools you require. You will need a tape measure, a level and square, a caulking gun and silicone, a power drill and driver bits, screws number 8 by 3 inch, hammer, shims, lock set, rubber gloves and safety glasses, low expansion foam, fiberglass insulation. Now that you have your tools gathered together, let's quickly look at some key terms used to describe a door. Door slab, hinge, sweep, deadbolt, doorknob, header, weather strip, strike plate, astracal, sill, hinge jamb, flush bolt cups, operating door, secondary door. Before you remove the old door, check and double check the measurements of the new door system. Once you are sure of a proper fit, it's time to prepare the opening for your new pre-hung MDL door. First, remove the old door. Be sure to scrape away all the debris that has accumulated under the door jamb. And don't forget to get rid of all that old caulking as well. You'll need a level, square, smooth surface in order to have the best seal between the sill and the subfloor. You need to make sure the new door is going to clear the finished floor. This is easy to do. Just measure from the bottom of the sill to the bottom of the door slab on the new system. Next, measure from the subfloor to the top of the finished floor. This distance should be 1 inch. Remember, a floor mat may require you to add to that 1 inch. If not enough clearance is available, you can raise the door by adding a piece of pressure-treated wood to the subfloor using caulking and screws. Measure the rough stud opening. Your new door should be approximately a ½ inch shorter and 7/8 of an inch narrower than the opening. While you still have that tape measure out, check that the corners are square. Do this by measuring the opening from corner to corner. On the diagonal, if the measurement is equal, you can confirm the opening is square. Check that the header is level and the subfloor is smooth, sound, and clear of debris. It's now time to apply caulking to the subfloor. Starting about 1 inch from the interior edge, apply 3/4 inch beads of caulking along the length of the subfloor. Each row should be about 1 inch apart. This prevents air leakage, drafts, and moisture from coming into the house. Remember to add caulking to the outside corners of the rough stud opening as well for a positive seal. Looking at the new door system, check for an even space at the top of the door between the door slab and the header. It should be approximately 1/8 inch. If the latch side is not uniform with the hinge side, adjust the shipping bracket accordingly. Now it's time to install your MDL door system. Remove all the shipping material, including the vinyl corners from the sill, except the shipping bracket. Lift the door system into place by tilting the door towards the outside of the house. Place the bottom of the door into the rough stud opening, being careful not to smear the caulking. Now ease the top of the door system into place. Center the door system in the opening and determine the exact placement of 4 9/16 or 6 9/16 system according to the wall depth of application. To hold everything in place while you finish the installation, tightly insert shims into all 4 corners of the door system between the side jambs and the wall studs. The top shims should be flush with the top of the side jambs and the bottom shims 3/4 to 1 inch from the bottom. If the floor is uneven, shim beneath the side jambs. Now you need to shim behind the top and bottom hinges on both doors, making sure you have a proper gap of 1/8 inch between the door slabs, the frame, and the hinge jamb. Both door slabs must be at the same height at center. Finally, you are ready to remove the shipping brackets and screws. Check the hinge side of the operating door to make sure it is plumb. Then open the door and place 2 screws in each of the top and bottom hinges. At this time, close the door and check the tolerance between the slab and the frame. Now for the other door, check the hinge side of the secondary door to make sure it is plumb. Then open the door and place 2 screws in the bottom hinge. Standing on the exterior of the house, close the door and make sure that the weather strip contacts the door evenly from top to bottom. If not, adjust the secondary jamb in or out as required. Open both doors and place screws in the top hinge of the secondary door, then close the door. With the secondary door closed, make sure the flush bolts slide easily into the flush bolt cups. If necessary, the cups can be adjusted by turning the cups using a 5/16 Allen wrench. Important: check before completing. Check for an even 1/8 gap around the door system, including between the doors. Make sure the top of the door slabs line up in the middle. There must be an even tolerance of 1/2 to 9/16 inch between the bottom door slab and the top of the sill, with no hump or dip in the sill. Install a screw through the flush bolt cup into the subfloor to keep the center of the sill in place. Shims may be required, preventing the sill from sagging. Now that everything has been checked, let's complete the frame installation. Shim behind the center hinges and insert 2 screws into each hinge. Shim at the center between the top of the door frame and header. Insert a long screw so top of door frame doesn't move when inserting insulation. Now pack fiberglass insulation between the frame and the rough stud opening using a cedar shim to ensure a tight seal. Air seal the recess with 2 inches of low expanding foam. Fill the space between the subfloor and the bottom shims with low expanding foam. Then repeat on the other side to ensure a good airtight seal in this vulnerable location. Measure and cut the trim that will cover the gap between the door frame and the wall stud on the interior. Tip: keep the key in the lock set when installing. That way you know where it is and can't lock yourself out. Before caulking the outside of the sill to the stone sill, make sure the sill is properly supported to ensure the seal will not be broken. You may need to shim this. You also want to apply a caulking bead around the brick mold to ensure a good moisture seal. Not only beautiful to look at, a properly installed MDL door will offer you years of service and protection. Contact us at our website, www.mdldoors.com.